Looking good, girl.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello, hello.
It is another week here at the Dr. Molly Fry Hour. We'd like to apologize for last week's not giving you your weekly medicine, but some of us have really busy lives. Actually, all of us have really busy lives, and mine kind of got in the way last week. Dr. Molly Fry, how are you?
Hello.
How are
I
you?
am awesome. I really am looking forward to doing the show. I didn't realize I'd miss it. See?
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah, it is fun.
So how have you been? Well, what's going on? What is new?
Well, I'll tell you what is really new is that I finally made the complete and total break with classical pharmacology and medicine and dove into a month's worth of herbal training so that I can be a certified herbalist. And this is so exciting. I had no idea. I mean, obviously I knew because I hated medicine and I hated pharmaceuticals and I knew there was something horribly wrong, but I really had no idea the extent of the research. Probably wasn't there in the 80s when I was going to medical school and being lied to and told that, look, just take these pills and you can be fat and lazy and do whatever you want because the pill will fix everything. And if you're sad, take this pill and it'll fix that.
Right.
I knew that was wrong. I just didn't realize that there were so many herbal alternatives.
Right.
So it's
That,
exciting.
like that the answers are really not that hard, right? Like it's not even like the biggest
I know that's like the saddest thing in the whole world. Although I do want to tell you, I have like 8 different textbooks, and I mean it's so involved. It is not simple, and I've already got all the medical background, but they look at everything totally differently. They say that the plant has energy. And it produces that energy on you, and that's just not the way my little Western trained brain works. But I'm really good at making my little flashcards, and I'll get plant and symptoms and treats, and I'll be able to do it the way I know how to do it.
Right.
And then I'll get experience, and I'll get hot energy or cool and bitter.
We have a guest this week.
Yes, we do.
Not even really a guest, I even say. Friend of the show.
Friend, that's
How about that?
right.
Friend,
That's
seasonal
a great way.
co-host.
That's a way.
There we
Well,
go.
seasonal co-host. Jazz is in the building.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great to see you, Jamie.
You're sparkling. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Sparkle,
you
twinkle,
make
twinkle, yes.
Yeah, you have twinkles all over. I love it.
Oh, you got a sparkle.
Damn right.
And I
actually-
love that shirt.
I fart sparkles.
I
I've always
fart
said that.
sparkles.
I do. I've tried to tell you know I'm gonna get it all over you.
That is-
You're gonna get in trouble. Ha ha ha.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it. How have you been? You been
I've
good?
been good, Jamie. Yeah, I missed you last week. I wasn't here, but
Yeah, I wasn't either.
yeah.
So there, none of us were here.
I went
Yeah.
driving through that water though on I-5. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
So much water.
in a little
So-
Honda. I did it. I
It
went
is.
there, you know, and I lived.
Well, weren't you in wherever that place, San Diego, right by the border?
No, Red Bluff. I went
Red
to Red
Bluff.
Bluff. I went
Oh.
up there, and my best friend is up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went up there and drove through water twice. Yes.
Right, like
Ooh,
pretty
that
deep.
was, you know, I should have recorded it actually because I was going off the hook. Here we go, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're going through water. My best friend's here, and don't let off the accelerator. Oh my
Right.
God, I let off the accelerator. Oh gosh.
Oh, I know. And then
was
when you
fun.
feel the car's wheels go off the ground, I have had that happen and just said, "Oh God, help me!" And the
Okay,
momentum was
yeah.
enough
Right.
that they
Woo.
hit it right after they started to float up. And in
Oh
that
my
second,
gosh.
it's the ugliest feeling you ever want to have in the pit of your stomach.
I have the same thought every time, and it's like it's almost calming, and it's like, so this is how it ends, huh?
We're going
That's so
through.
good.
We're
So
going.
this is how it
I'm
ends,
gonna
huh?
die.
We made it.
We're gonna die.
I made it to here today, huh? Okay.
I like
This
it.
is that
This
day.
is-
All right. Okay. Bye, Mom.
Yeah, I-5 was all, it was helicopters. We're going over water. I'm going, oh man, I just got this car. Oh, here we go.
Right.
But I love my best friend, so we went up there and I said hello to the kids. It was wonderful. Driving through water twice.
Yeah, that's gnarly. I live 200 yards from the river. So I see it really high. I'm on like the 5 by the City of Trees water tower at the 5 in Pocket Road over there.
Right.
I'm over there.
You're at the
near
bottom
Garcia
end.
Bend.
nice.
I'm at the top. I'm up at Fair
boy.
Oaks.
Oh, right.
And so I watch the
yeah.
river every day too. I have to
Oh,
walk
boy.
for a few minutes to get there. But
Right. And I go just now. It's almost like let me go check on it. It
Well,
used to
I've
be
lost
let's
my
see how
trail.
high it's gonna get.
Right.
Like this is cool, but now it's like let's go just make sure we're
it's
cool.
still where
Like,
it's supposed to be. I
exactly.
know.
Now it's almost like a maintenance check instead of a.
Does the car need to move?
Yeah, right. It does. Sometimes I feel that way. Like maybe I should park down the street. Nah, but we're all messed up if it's just gonna be bad. If it's bad for
Yeah.
everybody, and I think how it's set up. Hopefully, knock on wood. I think this other side is a little bit lower than my
they'll
side,
fledge
so it
first.
goes out into the farmland, which is on the
Well,
other
that
side
would
of me,
make
just
sense.
farmland.
If you know,
That's
supposedly the Army
Logic.
Corps of Engineers did logically construct all these various
Right.
waterway systems for a 100-year flood,
Right.
and I have not heard anyone say it's a 100-year flood yet, but we're probably pretty close to that level.
Right. Yeah. So
No,
the only
would
way I get
imagine
it.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it could actually go over. It would only if there's a breach in my
Right,
side.
and bad
if-
things
and that
happen, but
happens
that's
too,
why you
but-
just go, well, today I die.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's how it is. Huh?
Well, I-5 was underwater, so here we go.
So here we go.
Did you see the video? Oh my God, I couldn't believe that someone caught this. The video of a guy who was on Lake Michigan and he's driving on the ice and he's got a big old truck and he's dragging, I guess, an ice house. I've never been ice fishing, but if you're really rich, I guess you have a
right.
house and it looks like an outhouse. Anyway, and he was moving it and his truck and his house and everything just all went bloop, right there on camera
That is terrible.
On Lake Michigan, really.
on Lake Michigan, and he got out.
That
You could
happened.
see him in the water. The guy who was filming it filmed him just for a second. Then it ended. I assume to get him out.
That happened. That happened on Laurel Canyon.
Still filming.
That happened on Laurel Canyon yesterday. A minivan went in a sinkhole. You know,
Oh,
Laurel
wow.
Canyon
Yes,
coming
I
from the
do.
valley
Los
into
Angeles, of course I know
into
where that
LA,
is.
going through the mountain,
Yeah,
Mulholland, and all
Mulholland,
that.
yeah, absolutely.
A
sinkhole.
sinkhole went and sucked up a minivan and another car that were driving down
What
Laurel
did they do?
Canyon.
Did they get him out?
I think everybody got out. Damaged cars real bad, but same thing. Just go
All
in
of a
there
sudden,
and
Wow.
gone. Like so that could happen in Alaska or way off in Lake Michigan or in the middle
our
of Los
backyard.
Angeles. Like in the middle of Hollywood, which is crazy.
They say Cali's going underwater. Now everyone's talking about it.
We're
But
gonna-
it really is.
We're gonna be oceanfront soon.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Time to go farther north. We're good.
right.
We're out.
And that's like the big nature stuff where it's like I can't spend much energy on that because there's no stopping that. If that's
No,
what's
not at
happening
all.
and the water's rising
Right.
and Cali is sinking, then I don't think there's much we can do besides move
yeah.
when the time comes.
Hopefully you don't have a Honda.
Exactly.
Get yourself a truck.
Yeah. So I save all my my doomsday prepping for other things.
You know, I think that it's wise to be prepared, and part of preparedness is just to be open to different possibilities. Like, you know, if you're totally blindsided by something, you can't possibly,
Right.
you know. But I also think that worry is absolutely dysfunctional. You know, it does us no good. So
Right.
we might as well just be objective, be prepared, and then today we die.
Today's a good day to die. Yes.
So with the herbs you've been studying.
Oh, we're back to that. Yes.
Are you learning like are a lot of different people saying a lot of different things, and are you are you needing to weed through and figure out who's
Well, I am going to a lecture, and I do that, like I told you, 4 times in a month. 2 of them are 8-hour classes, so they're
wow.
really huge,
Right.
and 2 of them are 3-hour classes. So I'm getting 20 plus hours of education, and she just gives us an herb and what she believes it's for, shows slides of what it looks like in the wild or what it looks like in a farm, availability in the United States, its characteristics, and she's doing it by disease first. So our first disease that we dealt with was, it was sort of interesting, constipation. I guess that's a really big one, and there's a lot of really effective herbs. And so we went through 5 or so herbs that were widely available and could be used, including one that's a maintenance herb that could be used in a child. And that can be a problem with kids, especially on this sugar diet and low fiber. And so that was one 3-hour class. And then another class we had, she talked about colds and flus. And we went through like 15 herbs. And these herbs are the herbs that have antiviral and anti-flu properties. And that was in our 8-hour class. We went through all those. And anyway, so it's a tremendous amount of material, and it's a different way of organizing my brain. So I'm having a little bit of trouble interpreting it because I have such a Western trained brain. And I keep going back to what's familiar and what's easy and what, even though it never made sense when you substituted pharmaceuticals, the other part of Western medicine is brilliant. I mean, our PET scan, our CT scan, PET scan better because it reads the carbon, actually the carbon breaking bonds. It reads the metabolism of glucose. Did you know that's what a PET scan does?
I did not.
So when a PET scan's looking at your brain, which runs only on glucose, it can literally monitor a thought because a thought takes energy. So if they put a slide in front of you and say, think of a fire engine, they can show exactly where your brain thought about a fire engine. And if you were happy about your fire engine, or if you were sad, or neutral, because it's a different part of the brain lights up. They've mapped the brain quite a bit.
We are already computers.
Yes. We are the best computer on the planet.
That's why people say, have aliens been here? I say, yes, we are them. Like, they've made it with us. Like, we are them. Like, we do everything we do.
I know, everybody's so afraid of an alien invasion.
Exactly. We fly airplanes, bro. Like, a bird can't do that. Like, it can't
we
fly
build houses. We build roads.
Exactly.
We are parasites.
Right.
This is our little planet that we have been given in order to exploit. And we're doing a great job of it.
Oh, and I say mold on the sandwich. So, yeah, same thing. We just eat away. Like, that's what we do.
But we don't fix it. If you look,
we just spread out and eat that sandwich.
I used to tell my kids, I homeschool, and I used to tell my kids, and I go, you know what? When there were dinosaurs, do you think that they needed Sierra trash collection?
Right.
And that was just to get them to start think about what perfect balance before man arrived. Everything was in perfect balance. It was not a pretty place, but we're not talking about pretty. It was effective. One dinosaur ate another dinosaur that fertilized the plants for the other dinosaur that pooped all over everything for the other dinosaurs.
It was logical. And I have a friend.
It all goes to shit.
Exactly.
It always is. Everything about shit is the root of all disease. That's so true. Yes. But yeah, so back to my herbal thing. Now that we've acknowledged that we're parasites, I think that I would like us to be the healthiest parasites we can be.
We try to be.
Right. Because I really can't change the universe that is, at least the planetary spiritual universe that is doing whatever it's doing. I feel that's so much bigger than me. I can just be
eco-friendly,
right?
An eco-friendly leech.
Yeah,
that we will be.
An eco-friendly parasite.
With sparkles.
With sparkles.
And good medicine.
Yeah, that's what I had a friend tell me that was kind of cool way of looking at it. He was like, picture flying over in an airplane. It was like, and you see all this beautiful green land and mountains, and then you come to a city, and it looks like cancer. It looks with roads, and it looks like scabs on this ground.
Right, exactly.
Because
it's sprawl.
streets
Los Angeles especially.
And they look like these weird growths that are coming out of the world.
True.
So it's like we are just, and that's where all the place where people are. Like so it just becomes where we are mold on the sandwich. Like, it doesn't look natural when we come over where people live.
Right.
So we kind of are just eating.
And
this place.
even if it's a single farm in the middle of, miles and miles of forest, it stands out.
It stands out.
It always does. Just a single farm, because they clear all the way around their house to be able to have land. I mean, yes, they could fit in, but that's not the way most humans operate.
Right.
I'm here. Look at me.
True. So that's awesome. The herbal, you're on the herbal
I want to
journey.
tell you, of course, we're talking about cannabis. And what's important to really understand is that cannabis led me to learning more about herbs. And cannabis cannot do some of the things that I really need my patients to receive treatment for. And at first, I bought into the lie that I had to accept that they were only going to reduce their pharmaceuticals, but not actually heal themselves with alternative medicine. But just in this last month, I have been really, now I don't have, I haven't really gone into all the studies or, scientifically, but I'm trying to get the best education I can and see if this is going to be an option for diabetes. There are herbs that lower the amount of sugar is absorbed through the gut. Okay, so now I haven't researched how safe it is or what concentrations, but that's like a major drug. We don't even have a pharmaceutical that can do that. So that someone can drink a soda and only absorb, say, 10% of the sugar. So the rest of it just goes out. Now it's probably going to give you diarrhea because the lower intestine can't handle that much sugar either. But the point is so from an attractive point of view, it might not be the best thing, but if it's lowering my blood sugar and having an occasional treat and not killing myself, then maybe you'd make a compromise.
Yeah, I think so.
You know a lot about herbs.
I do.
You do.
I smoke one.
So for the flu season, the
viral and antibiotic things, yes.
Inflammatories and...
Right, well, like everybody knows about echinacea, right? Yes. Okay, but it's interesting now that I see it contrasted. Echinacea is an example of a really not very powerful herb in the sense of this is an antibiotic, take this and you'll get better. Echinacea is an immune booster and is more like a maintenance drug. Okay, and what I didn't understand was that there are several herbs, which of course I have not memorized all of them, but things like, I'm trying to think if I can just get one of them right, and I'm sure I can, well, it'll come to me, but anyway.
Ginger is very good.
Well, no, ginger is great for everything, but it is also a complement herb. See, there's complement herbs, and then there's ones that actually are antibacterial, actually are used in malaria and other parts of the world,
Garlic?
Are used to... Malaria, which is a bacterial drug, bacterial
illness. What do they
illness.
use for that?
I don't know because I wasn't prepared to take a test. And I've only been doing it for a month, and I've already learned over 25 herbs. I mean, and I learned them. I mean, just had them dumped on me. I haven't fully processed them. I was studying today, though.
Awesome.
I spent 3 hours studying this morning, but...
So euthanasia, and then...
Well, okay, so what you do is you make formulas, and so you support their immunity through echinacea and ginger, and licorice is another one. And then there's some really powerful herbs that you use in... She's doing the genuses, and I've got flashcards, and this is my weakest place is written language, getting that. I might actually, if you gave me a list like mugwort, that's helpful. I mean, but if you had all of them there, I could probably say, oh, this one goes this, right? I could sort them.
Yes.
But I can't recall them out of blank.
You can go to the co-op. Remember when we sat there and we went through all the different ones? And,
well, now I don't. Now I'm not working at ATA. We'll go down there and check it out.
Yeah, let's have some fun down there. We can play with herbs.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we can make cough syrup, and we can make decongestants,
elderberry,
and also goldenrod, of course, is very powerful. Another one of these works with it, supports the immune system.
Did you say
goldenrod?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think any of these are going to be working well in in unison with cannabis?
All
Are
of
you
them.
optimistic like that?
All of them. That's the whole point why I'm doing it. Because, see, what happens is cannabis covers a whole myriad of both symptoms and diseases. But there's holes in cannabis coverage. And for different people, like not everybody, some people report remarkable blood pressure control from using cannabis. I personally have no blood pressure control. I have such bad blood pressure. For whatever reason, I'm on 3 drugs and high doses of 3 drugs. And that's keeping me normal, but I could not trust that to cannabis because I don't have that response.
Right.
But there are herbs that help reduce blood pressure.
That might be me. My blood pressure is always perfect. It's weird.
Good job.
And I fluctuate 60 pounds.
See, so cannabis might be the thing
so I
that's
go up
keeping
and
you
down.
completely
Yeah.
normal. Right.
But my wife, they eat healthier. They eat salads. And my wife and mother, and I'm the healthiest one when it comes to going to the doctor. My blood pressure, my sugar levels, my everything is like perfect.
That's
and
good.
they are like, I'm like, so just like eat bacon and
my
and
God.
just
But everybody's
drink bacon
different
and
is the
Sprite all
problem.
day, and you'll be
No.
good,
Oh,
babe.
no.
Like,
Oh, God, no.
but I think it's a mix of maybe that plus I have like a very optimistic outlook. Like
Absolutely.
I wake up happy,
You know,
like
body,
just generally,
mind,
and I don't get sick a lot.
and soul.
Like
It's
my
all-
wife tends to worry more about things, like, and she gets sick more. Like,
And
and I
you
think
work
it
at the
equates.
homeless.
Like
It does. It does
Your
add up.
projects.
I
think,
wake up happy too.
Yeah, I just wake up generally. I never just wake up in a bad mood. Like
Right.
just like
No,
no,
that's
it's
so
like something has
important.
to happen to
That's
mess
so
it up.
important.
Like and so I'm generally good, and I think that has a lot to do with me being healthy.
Well, yeah, it's you know, it's totally what you bring to the situation. That would be
Right.
your genetics.
Right.
And then it's how you're interacting with the physical earth. So what are you eating? That's a part of it. And then it's how are you interacting spiritually? You know, are you positive? Are you negative? Are you right? And that's crucial. I mean, it's one of
Right.
those elements. And then the other one is, are you fulfilled and feeling like there's purpose and meaning to life, which is the spiritual. It's a little different than the positive thinking. It's the spiritual that we do when we, you know, have our warm up, the homeless and stuff like that, because it gives meaning and purpose to our lives because we're giving away our lives to something else.
Right.
And that's a part of health. So there's 4 really fundamental elements.
Yeah.
And they all have to work together.
And music really does that for me.
Oh, music really helps
It
too.
creates
Yeah.
that stimulation, and I can feel that vibration of
Right.
just tingles throughout my whole body, and
me
it's
too.
that. Yes,
Me
this
too.
is
Right,
my-
and
this
then
is
you
the best
keep
spot
that
in the world.
positive
Yes.
energy because it's like recharging. I do it with music too. I have music on in the background almost all the time, and right, it gives you that happy that you just got the bubble and you're bubbling wherever it is you're bubbling and you're doing.
Yeah, I definitely get that with music.
And it makes you happy. You're so right. It makes you so happy.
Yoga also does that for me.
Right.
Meditation,
Right.
even going into the meditation of thinking about doing yoga, you just go into that.
Right.
Well, and some
Peace,
people,
soft,
I know
quiet.
for, you know, some people, because I'm a fan. I mean, not necessarily of yoga the way you're talking about, but of meditation. And, but a lot of people see that as work. And, you know, if you feel like it's work, then you're not going to do it.
Right.
So I'm going to work on the 4 essentials that are going to really, you know, and obviously if I can get you doing that, get you to meditation, I agree, but I know so many people are so resistant. What do you think that is? I'm asking. I don't know.
So the resistance is the change that this has been working for someone for this long. So they go immediately to that survival tactic, or they either just don't want things have been the way they are. People become afraid. They become afraid that whatever maybe is already wrong, it's too late. So why change things now? It's really about the change.
I believe it. Yeah. Yoga.
Well, it's
I also get it
seems-
from threesomes.
Well,
Right. No.
we would not want to get serious here. You know, and absolutely, I think it's, it also has to do with this whole idea of taking responsibility. I'm sorry, but that's what I see. Nobody they want the pill. They want the this for that.
True.
I have a headache, give me a pill. I don't have to rub my shoulders or relax or ask my husband to be
Right.
kind to me or think about why I'm so stressed out making dinner, or, you know, I don't have to take any responsibility. I just take a pill
Right.
and my headache will be
And
gone.
like you were even saying about like herbs, you were for constipation and things that you were looking at. Like now that's a big thing because of pill addiction.
Right, exactly.
So give me the pill. Like now
now
on
your
Norcos,
plumbing's broken, dude.
on Norcos and like all those kind of pills like cause constipation. So now they have whole lines of drugs that are becoming big off just treating narco addiction.
And
like,
the suspicious
give me the
person
pill, as you said. Just give me the
might
pill.
think that was on purpose.
Exactly.
Do you think they might have known that was an important side effect of all opiate use when they addicted billions of people all over the world to opiates?
Well, you could roll around on the ground, and just work out your own shoulders. There are other ways besides having to take a pill. There really are.
Yeah, I got a really cool little cannabis patch.
You could stretch out. I mean,
I do that all the time.
Bath.
But the point is, a lot of
Put some
people.
salt in it.
Or a heating pad. I love my heating pad. I
pads.
stretch.
Yeah.
I love my heating pad. But my point is, see, you and I are coming from the same place, and that's the problem. Is I'm all good, but what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm visually, I'm seeing people who are in metabolic toxicity because they're 30 to 80, 100 pounds overweight. Look around. Just not with a critical eye, not an anger eye. But try to just assess.
I do.
So it's a huge problem. These people
As a
are
science
sick.
major, you just
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
happens.
right. And it's not judgment, but so they're sick, and they're sick because our society has accepted that a diet of processed food, always on the run, trying to eat in the car, never taking time to meditate, never taking time to exercise, never taking time for a bath, for whatever. Run, go. And that somehow that's supposed to end in, health and happiness. And I don't think that's what's going to happen.
No, it's get rich or die trying.
Oh, okay. She's
It's
right.
It's that hustle.
Yes.
They got to get that. If it's not the hustle, this
Yeah.
is all we got. That when people think that this is the only life that they're truly going to be living, I don't know who they are, but that's their opinion. And if that's the way they feel, then they're spending their time very wisely because the energy continues on.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah, well,
I think so.
I think the easiest and most neutral way to say it is that our spirit is eternal, and that means
course.
it came from eternity and it's going back to eternity. So whatever that is, which is incomprehensible, seriously, infinite and eternity are not concepts that our minds can really understand.
Well, it's my favorite, number.
I
8.
love the symbol.
Well, 8, yes. So that's my
Well, a
lucky
sideways
number.
8, yes.
It is a sideways 8, but it's also a circle, and that's really what it tells you. Everything comes back
It's a
around.
loop,
It
right.
will come. It will come back around. It's already in the history.
And it's not a boring circle. I never thought of this, but you just said it.
Yeah.
It's a complex angled arch
Yes.
that will really. Does everybody know what the infinity sign is? It's a figure 8 on its side. So that's what it's like. And the thing is, it's complex circles. So like what she's saying is, our little human minds aren't going to be able to go, oh well. That makes perfect sense. You start here and you do this and then you do this, right? It's going to be, whoa, it's sort of a ride on life. And life's a ride.
But it's quite simple.
Right. You take it
Yes.
from a further enough perspective. It's very simple, but
Very
within the
simple.
path, it's a little complex.
True. I try to keep it as simple as I can.
Well, that's true.
Try not to overthink it.
Well, what about overthink it?
Overthink it?
Yeah, a lot of people have stuff.
I mean, just 100 years
Lots of
ago.
stuff.
Just 100 years ago, though, I mean, people were still being hung from trees and gutted like, hogs.
Just 100 years ago, there was no electricity in the houses and there was no plumbing, so you went to an outhouse.
Right. So we've come a long way.
Well,
And with-
as you said, only an alien could have accomplished this.
I think so.
We can be better aliens.
Oh, we could
we
be so
could.
much better
We
aliens.
need to get on these pipelines and tearing up our freaking Earth, though, because it's not making any sense. Not
True.
at all.
Well, that's what you should be. Change it or die trying. That's what we should be hustling for, is to slow down the progress. It's hard not
Right.
to feel overwhelmed and like it's such a big project, though. That's
It
why I
is.
got to hang out with young people. Because you guys have all that energy, and you're ready to go. So I
Right.
lend my support to you. Change the world.
I like it.
try.
At least change my block, right?
Well, that's where I'm at. I'm so focused right here. I don't even, when you said pipelines, I'm like globally, I see my little satellite backing out going, I can't do that anymore.
You gotta keep it
You
right.
can do it.
Well, I do talk with people that are in the pipelines in that area in South
Right,
Dakota.
and they can
so,
do it, yeah.
You know, we get as much information as we can.
No,
but
I agree. No, you're absolutely. I just,
Yes.
yeah, some things are. Yeah.
I really
I had a
feel for
female
them.
fighter named Leslie Smith. Shout out to her. She was in the UFC. She's a cage fighter. And she was out there. She went to the protests.
Nice.
She actually dumped her longtime management when she found out that they supported someone who supported that pipeline. Like they were in bed with them. Like she was.
wow,
It was like
that's
at a fight,
awesome.
and randomly she realized it and was like,
no.
"Oh, I can't be with you anymore."
Right.
And been with them a long time. If you continue to support that, then I can. She's been frontlining and out there and catching water and all kinds of. And I guess they just got permission to get back on it, right? Or they said they were going to do it anyway, even if they said
There's not
we're
much
gonna
we
stop.
can do when
Like,
it comes to that, but
like,
I feel that something better can be done with the technology today.
Yeah, because fracking is pretty terrible. Just contaminates a whole city every time they do it.
Oh my God!
contaminates
I mean,
water
see,
lines for
and
miles.
that's what I'm saying is, I just feel, unfortunately, I am at a phase in my development spiritually that I am ready to move on to whatever is coming next. And that doesn't mean I'm not engaged here and not enjoying and learning and being here while I'm here, absolutely. But I believe there is way more. I mean, it's infinity. Are you kidding me? We're going to be busy. There is no way infinity is going to go anywhere if you're sitting doing nothing. I've been in prison. That is the biggest waste of time you want to talk about. You have nothing to do. I mean, yes, you can always read, or you can always, find something. You can take a painting class. You can, I mean, there's occupying things, but the point is you're not getting in a car. You're not determining your action. You're not deciding to interact with other people. You are being confined, and within confinement you can waste time in an effective way. Right. But it's so paralyzing. And so I think we need purpose, and I think eternity is filled with purpose, and I've filled with purpose here. And when my purpose here is gone, I'll go and do it there.
Yeah, it's like I can only I'm with you where I can only care about the stuff I care about.
Yeah, exactly. We got to pick our poison.
I try to care about other things, and it doesn't happen. Like, so I stick to the few things that I'm into, and
but see, that's really knowing your gift.
Like,
that's a spiritual gift that you have a heart for that,
right.
And so you're identifying where you have a heart for something, and then you're applying your talents to the place where your heart already goes, and that's incredibly normal and
exactly.
healthy.
I have empathy for everybody. I
Of
just
course.
don't have activism hours for everybody.
Nobody
I think there
does.
was 98 more earthquakes because of fracking, though, this year. Or last year, excuse me. It's last year's numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, there was a PBS hour-long documentary that I made all my kids watch. I believe it was in 2005. But when it was first, they were having all the dead things in Colorado. And they polluted this entire waterway in Colorado. And this woman was collecting these dead animals and putting them in plastic bags and keeping them in her freezer, and freezing all these dead wildlife to show to the government what the fracking was doing. And then another guy, the reporter comes in and he goes, "Well, here, would you drink this?" And he turns on the water and it comes out totally like mud. And so he goes, "But that's not the worst thing." And he throws a lighter and the whole sink blows up and flames are shooting out of the pipes. And I mean, fracking is no joke. And that isn't enough, because we're in war, because we have a terrorist threat, and the Patriot Act controls things like EPA and allows them to rape our country's whatever that is. Well, the gas beds, which is not safe to remove. Like you said, we don't know. We're not going to have more earthquakes. We're not going to have more water contamination. We're not going to have more problems. And I don't know if these people understand this, but everybody needs water. I mean, clean water is like
it is
such
the most important. It is absolutely the most important. So to destroy that,
It's
it's destroying
insane.
us. It's
If you ask my doctor, he'd say I just needed Sprite. 'Cause that's all I drink. That's not all I drink. I try to have at least 2 glasses of water per week.
per week. He's lying. He's lying.
I don't
I know.
get much. I do go whole days without a glass of water.
Oh my gosh.
And that's most of my weight is delicious,
that's what they said,
delicious
liquid.
fruity beverages.
Liquids. Yeah, that's exactly what the doctor from San
Simply
Francisco-
fruit punch.
Well, it's better than alcohol.
True, I drink once a month.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See, that's better than that's good because alcohol has a lot of sugar in it.
Right, it's both. It's both a toxic sugar and it's ethanol toxicity.
Right.
It's both.
So you're
It's
yes,
a double
just poisoning
whammy.
yourself in
Always.
into euphoric bliss.
Yes.
Like, poisoning yourself into yeah. I don't drink much. I'm a pothead by nature. I medicate throughout my days, and that's how I choose to relax after I'm done with my day. I roll up a J and sit in front of my TV and catch it. As far as alcohol, I never, it sits on me. I'm groggy in the morning. I get hungover easy. It's like it's really poisonous to me, so I can't do it that much.
It's
I have fun
poisonous.
when I do it, but
Everybody.
Yes. It's poisonous to me too. I
Right.
go against it. I
Right.
don't need it in my at all.
Right.
And
Well, and then there's all the behavioral things because of the way it interacts with the body and the brain. It makes you angry and hostile and aggressive, and all those things none of us see,
makes me awesome.
right?
Well, it's a
you
depressant.
think alcohol makes you
it's
awesome.
a depressant. Oh right. Oh that's right. You get only better.
I
Yeah.
can only see
Oh, yeah.
high dosage of awesomeness. Is what I did, and I give a lot of hugs. I'm the happiest drunk ever. We just smile. We might
You're
cry.
the exception.
We might
she's
cry
the
together.
exception to the sugar rule.
We might cry about how beautiful life is when I'm drunk. It's pretty fun. Before we get out of here, how are we coming with the book?
Okay, Steve is right this very moment working with the graphic artist to design the cover, and he says it's happening, and I'm thinking books in our hand within 30 days, maybe
love
2
it.
weeks. I think it's 2 weeks, but we've said that
Let's say
before, and
30
I don't want to
days,
say
huh?
this again,
Yeah.
and I guarantee I will have books in 30 days, or there will
Or
be
somebody.
someone really in trouble.
A knuckle sandwich.
But I've got it so close. I mean, the book's been ready for 2 months. I can't believe that we got stuck on this, but there was a purpose and a reason, and I'm okay with it.
Hurry up and wait.
That's right, isn't that life? Well, you guys, I love you, and I'm so glad we spent this time together.
We love you too. Jazz, thank you for showing up.
Yes. See you later.
You know,
guys.
we
It's
always
great to be with you, Molly,
Of course, sweetie.
and our new friend Jamie.
it's
Yes.
always an open door. Of course, for our seasonal co-host Jazz.
Yes.
And shout out to Steve, medicalmaryjane.com.
Yep.
The Dr. Molly Fry Facebook page.
Yes, it's media. Dr. Molly Fry media page.
Yes, it is.
And that's on
Dr.
Facebook.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
The
is.
Dr. Molly Fry media page.
Facebook.
Please go on there, join, send her a question.
Yes. I want to answer questions.
About the show.
Absolutely.
That we can discuss next week. So get
And
it.
I've been posting, I think, because I've been sending them out to my friend who's posting for me, I've been posting little daily meditations. I walk on the river, and I've been filming the American River, and it's swollen, stayed, and the trees